Alright everybody, welcome back to another movie review blog, and today we are taking a look at Deadpool, the very first one. Why? Because, the new Deadpool movie is coming out this weekend, and I figured I might as well look at the very first one that pretty much capitalized on what is now considered to be successful rated R type of superhero movies. And of course, when you're doing a superhero movie which has a lot of graphic violence, gratuitous sex moments, and of course a lot of cursing, it can pay off in aces. I mean, look at Logan for example. Now Deadpool is pretty much the straightforward movie where a lot of die-hard fans have been expecting this for a long time. And I do mean a very, very long time. And the movie stars Ryan Reynolds as a character named Wilson, who has terminal cancer. In order for him to cure it, he has to undertake an experimental project where they pretty much had to torture him to the point to where he had to have superpowers. With a side effect, of course, making his entire skin looking very grotesque. And of course, after he escapes, he has to hunt down the man who pretty much turned him into a chicken fried steak. And if you ask me, this is actually one of the gripes I had about this, because in the movie, they make his characters look to be very grotesque and everything else, but he doesn't look as bad as like any other typical burn victim of some kind, if you ask me. I mean, yeah, it is kind of mildly unpleasant, but it's not that bad. But as for the movie itself, it is absolutely fantastic, especially when they play off a lot of superhero Easter eggs and jokes around here. The music and the soundtrack is actually well put together. All the music in here flows very perfectly throughout the movie, as well as the dialogue and the plot as well. And there were a few moments where they kind of overdid it with a few jokes, mostly from TJ Miller, but overall, the jokes were still pretty spot on, if you ask me. As for Ryan Reynolds being Deadpool, it is something that we've been waiting for a very long time, since, well, Wolverine Origins, or for those of you who played Trinity. And he delivers everything in spades when it comes to the character. The look, the action style, the comedy, it is absolutely flawless. One of the, I would have to say, top 5 best portrayals of a comic book character from an actor. As for everyone else, they did a very fine job, and I also did enjoy the CGI character that played Colossus, who was, if you ask me, 10 times better than the Colossus from the other X-Men trilogies. Some other minor gripes that I had, like Negasonic Teenage Warhead, having her powers being completely different from the comic books, but they had to fill it out in some way for the storyline, which that I can understand. And as for the villains themselves, they are pretty generic for the most part. Smart, evil British villain and a superpowered chick. But at the same time, it's pretty much just your standard villain quota, which pretty much fills out the role from the movie, if you ask me. And I guess that's pretty much it. This is a very enjoyable movie. There's a lot of great stuff in here, a lot of great visuals, and especially how they play off a lot of the gratuitous violence and actions and death scenes in here, which is absolutely hilarious. And of course, let's not forget the fourth wall breaking. Now, what makes Deadpool a very unique character in Marvel Comics is that he's one of the very few characters that is fully aware that his entire existence is a comic book. And just like in the movie, he fully addresses that to the general audience, which is us. And it plays off pretty well. Fourth wall within a fourth wall? That's like 16 walls. That's actually pretty great. As for everything else, it's spectacular. A few minor plot holes here and there, and a few drawn out jokes, but overall it is actually quite enjoyable and one of the best superhero movies of all time, if you ask me. Well, almost there, right on par, but at the same time, not everything is perfect. And with that said, I will have to give this movie a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Very great, one of Fox's Studios' best X-Men related movies to date. And with that said, that pretty much concludes this review. If you guys have any comments about the movie, or if you want to address anything else, what's good or bad about it, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. And of course, as always, if you guys like what you see, feel free to subscribe, share, and also turn on those notifications, because apparently it's very crucial now when it comes to uploading YouTube videos nowadays. And of course, if you guys would like to support me financially or have any requests of any future movie vlogs of your own, feel free to hit me up on Patreon for the $1 a month club. And with that said, I'm going to get ready for the big premiere of Deadpool 2, which what I'm hearing is that it's going to be quite the experience, especially when you have Josh Brolin as Cable. Ooh, can't wait for that. And with that said, I will see you all next time.